呵 ，Continue 夜勤并动，不对，夜勤为愿，选择继续。好，我们昨天玩到这个地方，然后他叫我要去应门。那昨天就是到了我现在这个办公室的时候，他就，你别跟我洗喝，但我姐，我换上了这一套就是预购才有的那个套装，是美中不足，就是只有这个帽子，所以太想戴。开门。Hey, what? Freezing.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
消毒水。
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You've
直接问。
been too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
哇，
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
跑这
The
么远哦。
abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
废弃的太平间，我的天呐，不会吧？我觉得那边应该会有很多僵尸 ，no vampire。然后这边有一个任务是后花园任务，哇塞！医疗档案。 现在大家看直播可能会卡卡的，因为刚好在上传东西。有用的线索。取消追踪。我也想要换衣服算了，就绅士一下吧。
Yes, Doctor?
Exactly how bad is the supply situation here at Pembroke?
It really depends. Dr. Swansea deftly works his society contacts for monies, but with the quarantine, well, we're in God's hands.
Please, could you point me in the direction of the morgue again?
It's the large boarded-up building behind the hospital. You can't miss it. The key I gave you will open the small back door to it.
其实我是想要你陪我去。
Why then do you always work the nights? Don't you ever sleep?
At the Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
我发现你也是吸血鬼。When do you sleep?
Your dedication to the Pembroke.
You can sleep with me.
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation, not the labor of a journeyman.
Lack of sleep and the medical profession always ends in disaster. I've witnessed many a colleague succumb to stimulants to fight exhaustion. Drugs. were as deadly as bullets in the trenches.
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital. We are on the front line, make no mistake.
That's all for now, Nurse Crane. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Damn.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
果然炸得也太
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
No friends.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave.
哦，
It was
问
an
到重点
accident.。
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Beauty is not everything, Mr. Elwood.
Says Mr. Pretty Face.
哦，
在论文问题啊，哈哈。
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas?
重问
What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch
Shit.
never woke me up. Left me to burn.
居然
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
你在
Can I
说
ask you
谎？
precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Who is treating you? Is someone in
好像问太
particular
多
looking
问
after
题
your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn.
没有问到想要问的。
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning
现
factory.
在都是在医院聊
Yes,
天
of。course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
OK，
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
嘴唇都有对到，我觉得蛮屌的。
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers Trade Union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Bruce DB，
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
《社交圈码头》。
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel
好，所以你被咬了。
empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know.
接受
We're
探
not just
望。
bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Okay, let's go.
Damn disgusting.
再来就是跟医院的同袍们打个交道一下下。
拜。后花园都在后面。Let's go。废弃太平间。皮姆布拉克。这里吗？医院后面。应该是。
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
哇！劣等血魔。这样都无人，惊死！哦。耶！我的斧头好帅啊！虽然没有像战神一样，不过这个动作算是蛮屌了。哦，what the hell！ 妈，没子弹。哦，哥，我操，乱咬一通啊！我操！七呀！ 哦，糟糕，厉害厉害！哇，第一次死，操！没有死过，嗯。我操，来不及砍。 哇，你也吸太快了，哥！哦，太快太快，哥！哇，又死！我操！ 终于帅气。OK， 后门的钥匙。Let's go in。 你在废弃的太平间找到有用哦，支线，找到一些素材，药用原料跟90酸亚铁，我操，这些都是这可能要读一下护理才知道的东西。哇，这都血。我有点饿的，这地方。玻璃小瓶。这是外面吗？免死，去楼顶看卖。5 coins, 5 pound。哦，哥。No，真的歪了。咬一下。
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Fast， 这是什么？哦，葵什么鬼？香烟的。
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
地下室。OK。哦，哥。那我咬一口，很屌哦。没有了。All right. 水。然后前往地下室哦，刚刚那个铁笼的地方。
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate.
马尔斯粉剂
Might prove itself useful.
Useful。探索一下。 是怎样？会瞬移耶。
安德一连串的打斗之后，
Shake body.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps?
打开了胸膛。
The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened.
操，这也现在是在手术台上面。Check the body.
A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the
应该
arms
是
and
被家暴
legs.
吧？
Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman.
我可以看出来是职业，蛮屌的，胸腔。
Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death.
哦，过量致死。
He tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
哦，发现哦，就把仪器在这里，小坏坏。我哥，我操！我，哇，这很屌！哇，很屌，很屌！ 较高。我哥，哇，太强了！靠腰，重打了。 低估你的歌。
跟夜勤并动的大博斯继续2次激战。
耶！
These skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger.
哇，超累。
To drink blood is so tempting.
Drink blood is so tempting. 所以喝血是变强的关键，这样。这可以出去了，耶！收割市民的鲜血是你进化最快的途径，所以要吸血就对了。长长的信。 信真的有够长，信的蟹手可用线索。
It's locked, all right.
But the suffering continues.
又是跟医院的同袍们打个交道一下下。
为病房中的找到2个人位置。
will not let you
Finally,
down.
you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Pressing。疾病会使失明的血液质量降低，使用正确的药物治疗它们。院中之属，第2章。
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
在外面有记到 Vampyr 午夜的善恶。哦，靠，这是我的那个嘞，我的病房，不是我的病房，我的房间，靠。哦，谢谢啦，还帮我留个窗。睡一下，升级还有没有可以？哇，17多，睡。这好像蛮屌的嘞，想用这个。解锁。水。
这医院人真他妈妈的多。
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippett must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me. He doesn't need to know you found out.
哇，失效。
Please, Jonathan, come in.
Coming.
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and
哪一
death.
颗骨头？
You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
靠，你也太
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well.
有点 A。
I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
该不会就是 Travel Lady？ Oh my god！
You mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
Supernatural.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings, and the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
The sun. The morning following my transformation. Its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar.
Edgar.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily.
就是你。
I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough.
Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
终于遇到一个正
Good
妹
evening,
惹。
Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Oh.
You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
同类的。
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury.
Ashbury.
I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
我觉得我被玩弄。
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but a rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've
敲
made a
诈
first payment, but the blackmailer
诈骗
grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
I'm your
My
man.
embarrassment in
You
this
are
matter
my
was
woman.
caused only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Oh.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
We both are afflicted with a thirst for blood, Lady Ashbury. That is our nature. By vocation, we also have reason to visit the hospital. Logic dictates.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion.
Oh.
It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
颠覆传统。
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
刚刚讲过话了。
As others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
你的方面。OK。哈利特，我还是哈特利。哈利特呢 ？The hell are you?
What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts is a poor sod's vein.
Oh.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
Oh, yeah.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
哦，网络护士，刚刚讲过话的护士。
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays. Maybe she's right. Maybe this is what I must do.
And what about Milton Hooks? Does he share your point of view?
For Milton, any change means more comfort and more peace. I disagree.
If you feel that saving lives is not useful enough, perhaps it means that you've lost faith.
On the contrary, my faith has never been stronger. Maybe we are all just too proud to face up to the fact that science cannot compete with God.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but we had a disagreement.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water.
Rats?
Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend. Where was your friend the last time you saw him?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose. So I couldn't go after him.
This is a dangerous part of town. What are you doing here?
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital. We both need help. Treatment, I mean. To get some sleep. Just need to feel better, sir.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together. Oswald is nervous and quite fragile since we came back from the war.
Okay.
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I ought to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals. Or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
草为排水沟的暴徒 ，Let's go。完成，正在行政电影。I can't breathe。被吸了吗？耶！Oh, damn it. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Mm. 就是。Oh, damn it. Oh, damn it. Son of a bitch. 打到残血，我的天！
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed,
Go.
and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend
I need to get out.
sent me to help you. Do you remember him?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Bữa tờ đâu là Whoa.
What sort of creature is this?
Ồ cơ. Ồ siêu. Ồ.糟糕。 哇！靠，枪！
What sort of creature is this?
Oh, 就这样哥。 有。厉害。棍棒还是最屌的。调查爆出的尸体，我靠！这是狼人。
Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
治疗券。
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her. 好，今天就玩到这了，晚安了各位。